Good day to all you guys and goddess out there. It's a chilly day today. It's not really warm out here, so I got on this coat. It's the middle of the spring and it's piling outside and it's cold, but like I said, I still love it all. It's a blessed to be up, blessed to be able to breathe in this air and hear these birds chirping today. But today I come to you guys with a video on reading. Do you struggle with reading? Or do you feel like reading is just a waste of time or boring, or you just can't pick up a book? Well, today I'll come to you guys on a video about the transformational power of reading. And me personally, reading changed my life completely. I always bring up my best friend. His name's Jalen Grace, if y'all don't know his name, but y'all will probably see him soon on some of my videos. But my best friend always had like a different perspective on life than me that helped me grow. And he was removed away from football for some years before I had stopped playing. Like, I just recently stopped playing. He'd been done for some years, so he was able to kind of dive into different aspects of life. And he would always bring it to me, telling me like the new things he learned, and I would be so excited. But me personally, I would tell myself like, man, I can't do it right now. I got this going on. I was just making excuses until one day I just submitted to it. Like, you know what? I'm gonna pick up a book. And I even asked him for his books one time, and he told me like, no, bruh, you gotta buy it. You gotta spend your money so you read it. Because if I give it to you, if you give somebody something for free, they probably not gonna read it or take it serious. But if they spend their money on it, that they worked for it, then they're gonna take it a little serious. So, he inspired me, and I bought my first book, The 7 Spiritual Laws of Success by Deepak Chopra. I think it's Chopra or Chopper. I'm not sure. I hope I'm not messing your name up. But yeah, and this was an amazing book. It wasn't that big. It was like a small book. It was 100 pages. But even when I started, after I read that, it changed me though. But when I had first started reading like the first few pages, like I pick it up and I'm just like, man, like this is amazing. There's no way I've been missing out on this my whole life. You know what I'm saying? Because me, I was one of those kids. I really didn't read at all when I was younger. The last time I could remember reading before I had restarted reading was in 9th grade, and I probably restarted reading like my senior year in college. Yeah, it was my 4th year. So I started reading for real like my 4th year when I started indulging in books. And I used to always brag and be like, man, I ain't read no book since 9th grade. Like, I ain't reading no book. Like, and I never really realized how ignorant that sounded. You know what I'm saying? I didn't really realize on all the stuff I was missing out on. It's a lot of great knowledge in books. It's a lot of great knowledge in books. And it's people out here who have done the things that you want to do, have the things that you want to have, and are being the things that you want to be currently right now. Like, and it's people out here that have put the information out here for us. And I had been avoiding it my whole life, trying to think of my own ways. And like, it's nothing wrong with that, but it's like having a book to read is a cheat code where you get to get in somebody's mind and get their experiences, like, for a couple dollars. That's something I didn't notice either. I'm not gonna say it's a couple, but man, every book that I bought was from $20 to $40. And $20 to $40 is not a lot of money. I would go spend that on anything, and that wouldn't be benefiting me. And when I changed my mindset on, you know what, I'm gonna buy books and things that's gonna benefit my intellectual powers and just improve my articulation, improve my knowledge, just everything. And I caught myself buying like $300 in books. I'm talking about $300 in books. Like, I really went all out and I started ordering a whole bunch of books because I told myself I was gonna become a reader, and I am a reader. I read still to this day. When I pick up a book, the effects that I get from it is just crazy. Like, I just know I'm growing. But I see a lot of people run from it. A lot of people say, it's boring. Like, man, I ain't. But it's just, even if you sit down and take 30 minutes out of your day, like, just to sit down and read and improve your brain, like, the same way we work out with weights, pushing weights in football, that's the same thing you do with your mind, or the same thing with anything else. Like, you must train your mind if you want it to get better. Like, if you just sitting on it indulging in distractions and things that don't really matter, like your mind is not improving. But if you sit down and read a book with some information, just the words are helping. You improving your articulation skills. You just improving everything. And my best friend always told me, the more words you have, the better quality of life that you have. You know what I'm saying? The better it is to think, because we can't think without words, but you can't think something up without the word. Like, something can't pop up in your brain. You can't even make a picture in your head if you don't have the words for it. So just imagine if you had 1,000 more words than you have now, the things that you can conjure up in your mind. Crazy, right? Like, just imagine that. So, I just became knowledge hungry, and I always kind of been knowledge hungry, but like through books. Like, man, I love a good book, bro. I sit down and just get caught in the time and space in the now moment and just read, like, because that's really what it does. It puts you in the now moment. It makes me so calm and peaceful as I just take in the knowledge and read. And the transformational power, the transformational powers the transformational powers, have been like invaluable, like truly invaluable. And I can't thank my best friend enough, because he dropped that seed in my brain that sprouted, and one day, I just took it and ran with it. And I'm glad I did, because without reading, I wouldn't have gained a lot of the knowledge as quick as I did. You know what I'm saying? Like, a lot of the knowledge that I got was through reading. A lot of it. Then I still watch a mixture of videos, but like, reading is just so important. And after 2 years of reading, I could just see like the way my brain will work. Like, when I first picked up a book, right? When I first picked up a book, I was reading the words. I'm like, man, it's taking me long. Like, I'll probably read 2 pages in 5 minutes. Like, I'm like 2 pages. Like, that's how bad I was. I was not good. It was a lot of words, I didn't understand. I'm like, man, like, but I just kept going. You know what I'm saying? I was bad long enough till I could be good. You know what I'm saying? When I first started reading, my comprehension skills were not as good. I would read things. I would tell my best friend, I'm like, bro, I'm reading, but I'm not really understanding. And he just said, bro, just keep reading, bro. Eventually you're gonna get it. And then I kept reading. I kept reading and kept reading and kept reading. And now I read so fast. I understand. Like, if even to this day, if I don't know a word, I look it up, and I'm just so amazed. I'm like, bro, I didn't even know this was a word. Like, when I be excited when I find a word that I didn't know, so I can add it into my vocabulary, so next time I see it, I know what it is. So now I can know exactly what somebody means when they say a certain word. Or now I can use this word that I didn't have before in my word bank. You know what I'm saying? It's so much that you get from reading. And that really inspired me to write a book too, because like I said, you get an insight of people's minds and people's perspectives and experiences from life. You know what I'm saying? People that have already lived and done the things that you're trying to do. You know what I'm saying? It's people out here that's putting it out in books for $20 to $30. You know what I'm saying? And you sit down and read, and you get the money that you get back from the transformation from reading is crazy. Like, you will spend $20 to $30, but the knowledge that you get is worth millions. You know what I'm saying? And that's just the mindset I took. Like, it was an investment. I didn't look at it like, man, I'm losing 30. Like, no, I'm investing into myself. I'm investing into my knowledge. You know what I'm saying? I'm investing into my quality of life, because that's what is overall improving your quality of life. So yeah, that inspired me to sit down and write this book for people. I'm not gonna talk too much about it. It's more to come on it soon. Constructed Essence, the roadmap, the blueprint to fulfill greatness and limitless success. It's out on ebook right now on Amazon, and I'm gonna start printing some soon. But that inspired me to sit down and write a book and just become an author. Because I want to help people how I was helped. You know what I'm saying? Like, and then so I remember I started off with a few books. Now I can have like a little mini library. Now I can have like a little mini library. Like, I aspire to have a big library of books. You know what I'm saying? Like, I aspire to teach my kids are gonna read, because I understand the power. Like, the power of reading is never going away. I don't care about no technology. I don't care about none of that. If you read, you'll be better off in life. I promise you. I promise you. So people just gotta stop running from it. You know, stop running from improvement, because that's what you're doing. Stop running from improvement and indulging in distractions, bro. It don't take that long. 30 minutes out of your day to sit down and read a book. People spend hours and hours on their phone, wasting time, watching people live their best life. Like, no, bro, I'm trying to expand myself. I got places to get, and through reading, you increase those chances. Not increase those chances, but you increase the speed of getting there. Like, the more knowledge you have, the better. So, like, become hungry for knowledge. You know what I'm saying? There's so much out here. Take advantage of it. Take advantage of it. We can go order a book and they be shipped here today. People back then had to go do so much, had to go through so many obstacles just to get knowledge. Had to read an encyclopedia. Like, bro, we have books that we can get from the snap of a finger. Even that, not even just books, but like just knowledge in general is out here. But like, more importantly, books. Like, books are different. They different. You know, I like to read it sometimes. You know, if you notice, when you read a book, you saying it in your brain, even though you're not saying it. And you still saying it. Like, it's crazy. But I like to read it, and then I like to say it out loud just to improve my articulation skills. You know, when I read the Bible at night, I like to say that out loud. Like, every word that I read, I say it out loud. And it's just all helping me. It's all helping. So I strongly encourage you guys to you know, just start picking up books, bro. Start reading. It's only going to help. It's only going to help. And in the beginning, you might not be good. You might struggle. Your comprehension skills might not be good. You might not understand half of the words. You know what I'm saying? But you can get there. You will get there if you just keep going. Keep reading. Become a reader. Become a reader. And watch how much your life will change.